In this video, we're going to make baked tofu, and then we're going to turn the baked tofu into General Tso's chicken. Okay, so first of all, we're going to bake it. So there's the tofu that we're using, and it's a firm tofu. So we've taken it out of the container that it was in, and we just wrapped it a little bit with some napkin, a paper towel, so it can get a little bit of the water or the liquid or whatever it was in. Let's just pat it down a little bit. Okay, so we need to get a little bit of the liquid out, and then we're going to slice it. So we're going to take the block that we have, and then we're going to slice it lengthways, and then we're going to slice it this way. Okay, actually, and I think that's what we're going to do, but I need a longer knife, so let me get a bigger knife. Okay, so we're going to take this block, and then we're going to make 3 separate blocks. So we're going to cut down this way for 1 block, and then we're going to do this one for another block. So now we have 3 separate blocks. Uh-oh, one of our blocks broke a little bit, so you see it's still wet. We'll try to see if we can make this work. It's kind of still wet. We need to get it a little bit dry. So then we're going to stack these on top of each other again. Okay, and then we're going to slice them this way evenly. 2. Try to get them evenly. It's not perfect. 3. And then I think we could do 1 more. And then we can just turn this around instead of the block so we don't break any more pieces. And then do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do 5. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have some paper, a couple of paper towels right here. I'm going to put it over this, and I'm going to flip it. Okay. And then I'm going to have the paper towel on the bottom. So that bottom piece is really tearing. I'm not really sure why, but just wipe that up a little bit. And then I'm going to have 2 paper towels on the top, and then I'm going to have, I bought my pan, I'm going to have this pan and just sit it there on top so it can take most of the water out by the weight sitting on there. Okay. And I'm actually going to sit another one on there to make it a little bit more weight. Let's even it out, and then we'll be back. Okay, so we had a few errands to run, so now I'm going to take this and the paper towels off of the tofu. Okay, so we've soaked most of the water up, and I'm just going to take them and put them in a bowl. So if there's some pieces that broke off, it's totally okay. Sorry, my bowl is not see-through, so you guys can't actually see what's on here, but here it is. And what I'm going to do is take some seasoning. So I'm going to use a little bit of garlic, and I'm just going to toss this right in here because I just want it to be seasoned. So there. Then I'm going to add a little bit of Slap Ya Mama seasoning. I'm just going to toss it around. Okay. Okay. I'm going to add just a little capful of the apple cider vinegar. So let me just shake it up. So I'm just kind of sprinkle it around. Okay, so then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some cornstarch right there. It's Clabber Girl cornstarch, and I'm going to sprinkle it. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I actually forgot. I'm going to use some olive oil I have in here, and I'm going to spray it first, the olive oil. Okay, and then I'm going to sprinkle the cornstarch over it so it can be a little bit coated. Then if you have parchment paper, oops. You can use parchment paper. Or you know what, we may take this little bag here and pour some cornstarch in here, and then take some pieces and coat it, and then put it on the pan. Okay, so let's take a little bit of that. We're spilling our cornstarch everywhere, and then we're going to coat it, and we're going to put it in the pan. So give me just a moment. Okay, so we do have some parchment paper, so I'm going to take, I'm trying to get this in the whole thing. There's our parchment paper, and then we have our pan. We're going to put the parchment paper on here, onto our pan. And then we're going to take the pieces and we're going to lay them out. Okay. Some of the pieces may not have gotten coated all the way, so then we're just going to coat those other pieces. Okay, just kind of flip them around because there's probably quite a bit in here. Okay, then we're going to take some more. We're going to put it in the bag. We're going to take our cornstarch. We're going to add a little bit. We still have some, so let's just shake this around. Get these pieces coated. Okay, and then we're going to set these out. Okay, then we're going to take the rest of them, put them in the bag. Then we're going to take the cornstarch and we're going to shake the bag again to make sure that we have all the pieces coated. And if they stick together, just separate them. And let's see how these are. Might need a little bit more. Might need a little bit on here too, so just gonna sprinkle a little bit to make sure that all of these are coated, because we want them to be crispy. This is the reason why we're baking them, okay? I'm just going to put a little bit more in the bag, and then I'm going to shake this up again. The cornstarch is going to make them crispy. Okay, so a little bit more. You want to get them coated really well. Okay, let's try these. Empty them out. Okay, and then spread them out. See, there's pieces that crumble, and that's okay. We can still use those. Just make sure your squares and everything is coated really well. I know I'm working with a kind of small area here, but it's okay. And we're just gonna sprinkle a little more on here, and then just kind of rub those in. So you want to make sure that this is the reason we're baking them, that they're crispy. Okay, so we're going to here, and I think these are pretty crispy. So we're going to put these in the oven. We preheated to 400, and we're going to bake these for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so here's what we have now. We're going to go ahead and bake those and put them in the oven. Okay, so we'll put these in the oven. And then we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes. You know, I may set it for like 25, just so we can check them out. And we're going to set that, and then we're going to come back and check the rest of it. Okay, so my timer went off, so I'm going to look at them to see what they look like halfway through. So, that's what they look like. So they definitely still need, I'm going to just toss them anyway, to kind of flip them over if they get equal treatment on each side. Okay, so, you know, I'm actually going to try to spray them a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of spray and just spray them like that, so they get a crispier look on there. Okay, so it has 8 more minutes, but I may need to add a few more minutes to it, maybe like 5. So I'll add to like 13. And then we'll come back. Okay, so our timer is going off, so we're wanting to go ahead and take them out. And then we're going to turn it off. So this is what they look like. And they're a little bit crispy. So what we're going to do is take these. Yeah, they feel really crispy. And we're going to continue with our other recipe. So we'll put a link to that other recipe on there. So these are the baked tofu pieces. And they're really they're crispy, right? So they're a little bit still white because they have some of the cornstarch on there. But anyway, so here it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in our pan, and I'm going to continue the recipe for the tofu General Tso's chicken. The General Tso's chicken. So I'm going to continue that and put them in the pan. Put a little bit of garlic in there, and then we're going to put the sauce in, and then they will be ready to eat. So there you go. We're just showing you how to do them baked if you want them crispy, and this is what they're going to look like. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.